Let's talk about the Kwaiken style of knife. Now, a lot of manufacturers, custom makers, like everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people make a Kwaiken. This is not one of my favorite designs. It doesn't really do a lot for me as a knife design. Now, these are from Begg knives in their I'm not even sure what they're calling it. Their budget line, their affordable line. Yeah, these are just production knives available at a lot of retailers and whatnot. And these two are different, but very similar. So I figured, why not just do one video and kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. Yes, I try to do a video every day and I'm always looking for content and all that good stuff, but I also don't want to just belabor the point and do one video and then another video on very similar things, right? Yes, over time, I have done a video on a knife today that I did 2 years ago to get different feedbacks, and my opinions have changed and my thoughts have evolved over owning knives for so many years and stuff like that. But anyway, these are basically the same knife. This one is just a standard liner lock. This one is a nested liner lock. Steel body. They both run on ceramic bearings. This one has G10 carbon fiber and rosewood inlay. It's a G10 scale, carbon fiber inlay, rosewood inlay. This one came out of Mark Begg's pocket when I had the pleasure to go out to lunch with him and Mattia the other day, about a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now, at the time of filming. And he was giving me some other knives. He pulled this out of his pocket, had me handle it. This one felt better in my hand than the black one on the table. And so he gave it to me right out of his pocket, which I was very honored. So this one will be in my collection for some time just because of the, thought and whatnot behind it. Okay. They're very cool knives. The action on this one is actually a little bit better, but the access to the lock bar on this one is really tough. There is no real, let's just zoom in. We'll go through a little bit of the specs in a minute, but there is a little bit of a relief cut in here. However, for my thumbs, it works, but I kind of got to dig. It's not very natural to get in there, okay? It looks kind of natural now because I've been handling this one for so long that I've kind of got it down. This one over here seems to be a little bit more of a relief because it is a standard liner lock. It is thicker, so there is a little bit more access in here than this guy. You can just see that this seems to be a little bit more narrow here than this one. So this one actually unlocks slightly easier than the black one. I still need to kind of rotate my thumb in and then go out, okay? Not my favorite, but it is what it is. Let's take a close-up look at this guy. These are both running D2, both running ceramic bearings, both made overseas at an undisclosed, unnamed factory. Both are great in the pocket, great in the hand. Now, while they don't use countersunk hardware, they use these button head hardware for the pocket clip, which work great. So if you're going to not use countersunk hardware, that is your best option. Very cool knives for sure. Give you a close-up of this guy as well. These are both $120 on Blade HQ right now. I'll put a link down below. Blade HQ seems to have their entire production lineup. This one has the extended lanyard loop on the back. Not a huge fan of that one, but that's okay. Nice milling. It has very good texturing. This one also has a little bit of a finger guard here on the front that the other does not. So there's some differences, but mostly similar. Okay. Now, there's a little bit difference in dimensions, which we'll just kind of go over. They're basically the same, but 4 7/8 because you have this extra little bit for the lanyard hole. 8 3/8 overall for the black one. 8 1/8 for the rosewood version. 3.5 inches on the blades. D2 steel, weighs in at 3.4 ounces, 3.5 ounces. 0.462 overall thickness, 0.560 overall thickness. So it's really, what are you looking for in a knife? This one happens to be slightly behind the edge, a little bit thinner at 0.019 versus 0.023. I don't know that you can go wrong with either. I believe there's a slip joint that is the same motif. It might be in the box. I don't remember. I don't know that I got that one. I know that Mattia was carrying the slip joint of this version with a Damascus blade, or a slip joint in this same material and finish, not this version, right? But I really love the Begg lineup. I do, and they're changing their kind of ways and going from custom knives to the super affordable $120 and under, $40 and under. I don't know if that's a great move, but they're selling knives. They're making money. So for that reason alone, it's a good move to bring some money in. You know, I like custom knives much better than production knives, just as a general rule, but that's me. Here it is with a Sharpie. Speaking of, production knives, here it is with the Red Horse Knife Works Hellraiser P series. And since I like custom knives, here we'll pull out the 3.66 inch VC Edge interface. And last but not least, out of my pocket, the King Battle from Frank Fisher. So let me know your thoughts. There's going to be a bunch of more. I have a little box full of Begg knives in their kind of affordable range. So let me know your thoughts down below, please. This one, when I happened to show a bunch of knives off at Easter, these two got the most thumbs up out of the group of slip joints and other folders and frame locks and whatnot. So these were the two that most everybody liked better out of the box. So I figured I would do these ones right now, right after Easter, as when I'm filming. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the shift from customs and higher end to the lower, I don't want to say lower end, the lower price point, because these are quality products at a more affordable price. A lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, it's $120. I can get this thing made overseas and go to Harbor Freight. I can go here. I can get it for $40. Sure. Are you paying for the Begg name? Maybe a little. But yes, there's always something cheaper out there. There's always something more inferior out there. Just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's better. At the same token, just because it's more expensive doesn't mean it's better. Right? So, and we've talked about that on my channel over time, the cost of goods and things like that. And are you getting a value and whatnot? Yes, I think for $120, the value is all here. Absolutely 100%. This is a value at $120 all day, every day. Thank you very much. So let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear some back and forth on this pricing topic.